Hey, everybody.
Hi, how's it going?
How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, good.
How
So
How
cold
you?
everywhere.
Our snow's melting.
Ours is just raining. I'm so bummed because I would really like it's winter. It's supposed to be cold. It's supposed to snow. I wish all of this rain were snow. I don't care if we get 8 foot of snow. I have all-wheel drive. I'll make it to the store.
It's been so cold here. The bay is frozen over completely. Like the bridge, Addie, that you were on, like the big bridge, the whole bay is complete. You can walk across it. That's how cold it is here. Because that never happened. So it's crazy. It's a giant bay.
Wow.
They frozen solid. That's my exciting news.
Yeah, all of our snow is gone. I'm very sad. My boss is leaving our
early. There'll be more.
team. I'm sad about that. But I'll still have a job, so that's the most important thing.
The silver lining.
Yes, yeah,
All right. Let's see who's here, and we're streaming also on Addie's channel. So hello over there, yonder. All right. So hi, Bougie Brooklyn. Hey, videos. Hey, Jewel, Paula, Wicked, Melby, Cousin Joe, Roxanne, Sheila, Ruth Ann, Flower Child, Becky S, Susie Q, Ellie, Linda S. Not my real name. Betty Boo. Shayna. Shauna. Mia. Patricia with a C. MTT. Wendy H. Julie. Tony Ann. Brooks Nose. Mel B. Justice Jane. Franca. Coffee Loves My Company, Zelda Z. And I think I got everybody, I think.
And on my end, I have Wendy H. Hi, Wendy, Franca, and Justice Jane.
I love Wendy.
No. And Wicked Wisdom is in there, too.
Yes.
Wow, that's commitment. That's commitment right there. That's impressive.
Well, you tell me to subscribe. I've got more subscriptions now than I know what to do with.
Well, I am an influencer, so there's that.
Well, yeah,
That's what happens. All right, so Beverly Hills, let's get into it. It was last night. It was a cute episode, but I was more meh for me.
It was mediocre. It wasn't stellar. It wasn't. I'm over this. I don't think that I have liked a housewife less than I do AnneMarie.
Oh, by the way, hey William, hey JoJo, Mikey. We're gonna be doing an after show right after this one's over, real quick, because I know there's a couple of questions that people probably have, like, what happened when you disappeared the other night? So I don't feel like talking about it now. So we'll do it on the live, on the members live, middle tier. So yeah, let me play the intro. Where is that? There it is. That one on.
He is. He's fabulous, and he's on the inside scoop.
Pull that one on. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so where do we start with this? They're packing for España,
Barcelona.
Right? And Garcelle is bragging, but also shaming the fact that she has to buy glam for her. She has to send glam to Spain with her overseas for the first time ever, because
who thinks they should have an episode with the glam, like all the glam? Because at this point, they're needing their own house. Like, do they get to, what do these glam people do? I mean, and how did they survive before glam?
Like, can I get on anyone's glam team?
Exactly. Like, you just got to make them pretty, and then okay, deuces, we're out.
I'll be like, girl, you look so good. I'll be your ego booster. Like, they're like, no matter how hard you're looking, I'll be like, it's your best day, bitch. Like, make it work. Like, like every day. Like, I can't imagine. Like, because you have to fly them, and then I would assume that you pay for their airline, right? And their lodging and their food.
Right.
And everything. And then I guess like a stipend, like some type of salary on top of it, because
because they can't do other people while they're on vacation. Like, why don't some of these people like team up and say, okay, you bring your hair people, I got my makeup people. While you're doing your hair, we can do my makeup.
Hey, Kendra.
I guess I'm just too economical for that.
But I like Garcelle, and like I thought she, but I'm getting worried about her now because I like Teddy, because she was down to earth, and then Teddy changed, and then Teddy started getting the glam squads, and then like we saw what Teddy became, and Garcelle,
like Teddy doesn't even look like her season 1. Like she is not even close to her season 1 self.
No, she was like some hippie chick from like the beach.
Yeah. I mean, not even a little.
She's like, yeah, like my dad's like John Mellencamp, like whatever. I liked her vibe in the beginning. Then she changed into like the opposite of what she was. So
yeah,
I just hope that Garcelle is not like, heading down those tracks.
I don't know. I think I like her personality, and I think that her personality itself never wavers. How she is or what she says to people never changes. And I kind of I will have to say that I absolutely love her with Sutton, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But
this episode, like when they were like laughing and giggling, and Garcelle wasn't running to her defense. They are funny together. They had a Luann Sonia vibe to them.
It was adorable.
It's being generous, but okay, we'll go with that.
Not
I don't know quite so Lou and Sonia, because like Sonia,
like the minor leagues. How about the D leagues?
Like Sonia, like
how about the D leagues? The minor majors of Sonia Luann.
Yes, that's quite a comparison. Okay, all right. So then, I'm like, okay, Sutton, you do you for now. I get what it's like to keep up with them. She's like, I gotta keep up with them. Okay, but like, not everybody also brought glam. And like the thing I was telling Cody, like when we were watching it, I'm sorry, I am on a different schedule. Like we're like, we wake up early in the morning now, like like
normal people.
Sometime like before like 10, like in like the single digits, and it's like. Like I just the clock, and I like in my time it's like 4:30 in the morning, and it's like I'm like, oh my god, it's only 9:24. That's horrible. Hey Jules, hey Rita, hey Jay Freak, hey.
We got it, man. Jules did her homework. What?
Oh Lord, I'm already like getting puckered out here. Okay, so not everybody brought glam. Just saying. But you do use Garcelle. I love Garcelle, but
there were a lot of glam.
I'm
like
getting
Sutton. I mean, Sutton's bringing. We'll get to Sutton in a minute, but Sutton brought him. Garcelle brought him. I'm going to say Dorit
brought what?
Glam.
Oh.
I'm going to say no to Crystal. Kyle, good Kyle maybe. Erica, yes.
I think Erica only has glam.
Well, no, they showed Erica's team, Garcelle's team, and I forget who the third, and Dorit's. Yeah, I don't think anybody else brought glam because they probably would have been in that package.
But I think Dorit brought. I mean, Dorit's bringing why would the
Well,
house.
why do they need a glam squad for them to go sit in like the restaurant and like the hotel lobby with like their evening gowns on? Like you're not even like leaving like the property. Why do you need to fly somebody across the world with you to like put on some eyelashes and an updo?
Right.
Like right? Like
Why
you're
do you
not
need to push
Exactly.
dinner?
It
you're
only
not
takes
going to
10
an
minutes.
Oscar party or the Oscars. Like you're sitting in like the whole this 5-star hotel's like restaurant in a separate room where like really nobody sees you, and you need glam for that.
Mhm.
Like,
I do my own
why
glam.
do you need your purse at the dinner table when you haven't left the house?
I don't know.
I mean, hold on. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
I don't, and like you're just walking downstairs into the lobby as we saw in this episode, and Kyle is like, tiara, no tiara, hair up, hair down, no, like it was.
Oh yeah.
I just
Vacation to me doesn't.
I'm like, glam for what though? To sit like and me and Cody, we're the Motel 6 people. To go sit in like the conference room at the Motel 6, and be all done up for what? Like they're not going to like the Nobel Prizes. I feel like Teresa right now. And guys, they're not going to like the Nobel Prizes ceremony, whatever. Okay, right?
Not the Nobel Prizes. But I think glam needs their own show. And then Sutton's talking about this, I guess, the godfather of contemporary music or dance. And
okay, how creepy, the way she presented him on the show. Like, that poor overworked assistant of hers was like walking around the back, and she's like, by the way, Jorge, or whatever his name is, I don't know.
Avi. I think it's Avi.
Oh, Avi. By the way, Avi, I'm taking Noelle with me. So I guess Sutton also brought glam by Noelle, whatever that is. I'm bringing Noelle with me over there to España. And he's like, okay, well, I figured that. And by the way, I'm bringing Merce too. And then I'm like, Cody, I'm like, who's Merce? Who's Merce?
I'm like,
Can you go get him?
Go get him.
I wasn't prepared for that.
And then, like, God, how many different ways can you disrespect the dead? I don't know how many different ways.
Like,
First was Ziploc.
yeah, and a snack bag. We're not even talking, like a whole.
But then she's like, well, how about this? I got this old fruit roll-up wrapper that we could just sneak that right into. And then we could put it in this old Cracker Jack box and make it nice and tight.
I mean,
And she says, well, I got him from. He was in an envelope. How did you?
what kind of funeral places do you all have?
I'm like, well, who is Merce? Is he like in the other room? Like what? What?
Apparently he was. Okay,
she's like, well, listen, Avi, I got this old Sucrets box here. How about this? Can we fit him in here?
I mean, come on, at least up into an Altoids container. So, okay, my dad was
Sucrets. Like, did he still even make Sucrets? Is that still even a thing?
Yeah.
Anymore?
I think so.
Okay.
So my dad was cremated, and let me tell you, the box, we didn't have time to have it engraved. So the box that he is in, it's wooden, beautiful. If you didn't know he was in there, you really wouldn't know. It weighs like 25 pounds. And she's carrying around some little baggie. I'm like, that is supposed to be your loved one?
Well, this conversation turned dark real quick. 14 minutes and 55 seconds. Already talking about cremation boxes and
I'm just like
up to it. Okay.
Like this guy didn't even deserve like a little urn. I mean, it's not like you had to.
But like that. Okay. So I've had a few family members who are cremated, and one time I did see, and it's like that was like a little piece of Merce. That was not full Merce.
No.
Oh no.
No, yeah,
That
Everybody
might have
got
been
a
a
little piece
hand.
of him.
yeah. Like that. There's a reason why those urns are so big because
Right.
that's a lot of, there's
Yeah.
a lot of going on here that needs to be like.
Right.
So I mean, like, I was waiting for like something to say, y'all. I did lines bigger than this back in my modeling days with them. Oh, John, that is the limits. That is too much.
No, it sent us down a discussion. I already said no. You can just flush me. I'll be with it.
And like we had
You don't
to
have to carry me around and put me on anything. Just
Sutton
flush
doing
me.
like a back bend and like like with Sutton dancing in 1994. Like, okay.
I'm like, I guess this is where the American ballet comes in. But I'm like, I was like flabbergasted. Like, what funeral parlor, whatever you call them, is going to ship your loved ones? Like, okay, you get here and you get some here. Like, they're just going to ship them to you in an envelope and a baggie. There you go. I'm just like, what in the hell kind of Brad's Deals funeral place did you go to? I'm like, come on. Amazon can send you a doggy urn.
This baggie goes to that person. This one goes to that. The whole list of
Like,
all that money that Sutton has, you'd think that like she wouldn't like bring out like a sandwich bag of like purse.
I mean, or at least like the thing that she was trying to put him in looked like this little ceramic. Like,
Yo, that's my steak
my
rub.
steak?
Hold on one second.
I mean, come on. Your friend deserves better than a circus looking tent. Looked like it had peanuts on it. I mean, come on.
Okay, so then
Brains and money.
so then we see them fly to España, like, first class this time, no private jet. Like, oh my God, I was like really worried for them the whole trip, like if they were going to be okay getting through it.
I was with Kyle. I was hoping they weren't going to get grounded for like a ruckus.
You haven't seen them fly, normally in quite a while. So, you saw like the little koozies they were in, how cute, and Dorit with her $35,000 Chanel pajamas.
Well, I mean, I guess you got to be glamorous when you
What
sleep.
made those pajamas $35,000? Were they 3,500 or 35,000?
100.
Oh, well, whatever. 1,000 works too.
Because they were Chanel and probably silk. So
They were
she
very
probably paid a good $3,200 just for the Chanel logo.
Like with Kohl's cash?
No, just
No.
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 Yeah, no.
You
Maybe
don't think Dorit rolled up with like a 40% Kohl's coupon?
no.
Kohl's
Yeah,
cash?
this is the part of the exclusions. Like you can't get your Skechers. You can get your.
She's like, dear Benedict, please look at my Kohl's cash as way of payment. Hip hip bibio cheerio. Dorit.
Hey, now.
Kendra, you still in here? Dorit just impossible to do. Yes, she is.
All right. She just got say hi.
All right. So where are we next here? Okay. So yep, the pajamas. Sutton's like, I got these at Kmart, y'all. And I didn't even need the Kohl's cash.
And look at Bravo being shady. Crystal $7.99 clearance rack. I mean, come on.
You got those at Marshall's. Like, let's give Crystal some credit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Sutton or Dorit got hers at TJ Maxx. I mean, Bethany Frankel has been duped from TJ Maxx, you know?
Bethany Frankel is just kind of getting annoying. Like, I think it was cute at first, but now she's like, here I am, like, licking my taints at McDonald's here on Route 37. And it's just like Bethany has like too much to say about everything now. It's just like,
Although she has bought a few imitation, not great knockoffs from TJ Maxx that were selling as authentic. And I think it's funny because, like, I watched one of the clips where there were these shoes and the guy was like, oh yeah, like right when I saw the color, I knew.
Yes, William, we'll do a members live after this one. Sorry.
Yeah, members live. But yeah, they're in the Sprinter van. They were all very excited about the Sprinter van. I don't know why, because typically they do travel.
It's old hat, the Sprinter van. Maybe they're making fun of it, like they wanted like a different way to go. Like they're like, oh look, it's the Sprinter van again. Let's get excited. I mean,
at least they didn't bring the family van. And then Sutton, like, okay, we got a great game. It's all about Sutton.
It was cute, the name, though. I like the name.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Andy Cohen would like that.
And then Erica's like getting them all the questions right. Good for Erica. I guess she really was paying attention to Sutton when she spoke.
I was surprised that either Garcelle wasn't really competing, or she,
I got the I don't care. That's what I felt.
Yeah, same, Addie. She was like, no,
I don't care. I don't know what your middle kid's name is.
Like,
I think it was Philip.
You have a cat? Okay, great. I love me some Erica. She is my girl.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, it's like, what was my first job in New York City? And Dorit was like, chambermaid. Groundskeeper.
I do like, because like Garcelle threw some, stripper, and Erica was like, no, that was me. And it's good to see Erica being a little more lighthearted and not so heavy and angry.
Better girl.
She's on the medicines now.
Exactly.
She's much better.
I like therapy.
Okay, so
and I was Erica won a tiara. Out of all the tiaras she has, she gets c'est moi. I mean, come on.
It's me.
That's it. I got to get me a tiara. I want one.
I'm like, I'm not opposed to them, but mine needs to be sparkly.
My tiara. I have no idea where it is.
So bad. I'm gonna get one. Temu, I need to go shopping on Temu.
Temu has them like super cheap too.
It's here somewhere.
Although Amazon had some inexpensive looking ones. But I can't decide if I need like a huge crown, like or just,
well, they were registering our Fabergé eggs. So
you know what? Here's a fun fact for you. My parents, many, many moons ago, 7 years ago to be exact, went to a party at someone in our areas and lots of money. And she had like all these little Fabergé eggs everywhere. And my dad made a comment to her like, oh, you must like eggs. And she said, you have no idea what my husband made, did you? And Dad was like, no. He was like, my husband invented the egg carton. Yeah, so
I have one Fabergé.
Yeah, so I mean, her house.
You see my Cash App?
She's dead now.
Oh, her grandkids.
Yeah, Dad said this is how old it was. Dad said it reminded him of Lucy Ewing from Dallas. So we're talking circa 80s.
Oh, Thank you, Miss Wicked Wisdom, for the support on the Cash App.
Of course. You know.
Salutations and greetings.
I gotta, my
Yeah, well,
only
you pay
request
your
is that
dues.
you purchase
I've been
me
letting
a
you, I've been
tiara.
letting you slide lately, but it's okay. See, and I didn't have to break your knees or anything, for you to.
Well, I think you should
get
buy
my
me a
shit back.
tiara. I can send you my address.
There's only one queen in this house, honey.
Well, I know, but
the-
I'm in my house.
Probably the head that has to wear it.
I'm in my house, though.
You're in the house of Yates right now.
But yeah, I was a little disappointed with the tiara. Erica's line of "It's Jesus times" up in here.
It's Jesus time.
I had to like rewind that. I was like, "What did she say?" I don't think some people liked it, but anywho.
But so like Erica got there and she knew the place was haunted, because the woman was like, the buildup was so crazy. The woman was like, by the way, I have something to tell you. And Erica was like, what? Let me guess. This place is haunted. I felt it.
Like it didn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out.
She's like, as soon as I got in this hotel, I had a vision of a switchback.
She goes,
You could smell them.
I just remembered Tom Girardi, who some people may confuse as a little person hanging from the tree by his ankle for 12 hours until my son had to come because he's a cop in Pasadena.
And snowstorm.
Snowstorm. It was a freak lizard. And his car tripled. It just rolled over 3 times in Pasadena.
Over a cliff, but landed safely.
And all of this just came back into my head the second I walked into this spooky, ghost-ridden hotel in España.
Poor Garcelle, she was freaking out about the little people.
She was cracking me up, like, who the first people to die in horror movies are.
Hopefully, she goes, I hope it's AnneMarie and not me.
Oh, thank you, Pineapple. I love you. Pineapple is my girl.
Niecy. Thank you, Niecy.
Hold on. Here, Gracie loves you too. But yeah, but she also said, as part of her background that I guess Haitians, voodoo and, so she was a bit freaked out by it. And, I gave the tiara a 5 out of 10.
I've been to Sandals with Tom, and I'm close enough to know that I don't want to get around any of that Haitian voodoo. I'm trying to get my life back together. I took a vow to God for Lent, and I almost made it.
I want to know what kind of medication she's on because she is super chill.
Kind of miss a little bit of the old Erica.
Well, I mean, she could get a little feisty.
Yes.
I pop a Valium every now and again because I like that 80s feeling that the Valium gives you. Just like that enough and then maybe once or twice a night I'll chase it with a good 70s lewd because Tom still has bottles and bottles of them.
Well, that's good to know. Tom, maybe is he still? I guess he's still alive. Terrible.
Don't tell the pharmacy because they keep writing those scripts for him.
So goofy.
Okay, so where are we now here?
We meet Storm, the chef.
Well, okay, yeah, so they're there. Wait.
And it was.
Oh, wait, but we didn't, about how something was we'll draw for the room, which was kind of classy as something for that. But I loved how Kyle, Dorit, and Erica got the worst 3 rooms. Their rooms were the smallest, and the crappy. Well, no room was really crappy in that place, but like the smallest, and like you could just tell, like they were all like, "Well, this is cute."
Oh, you have a seating area?
Yeah, every one of them. Oh, this is yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah. Well,
Oh, this is cute. Like they were fuming when they saw those tiny rooms.
I don't think like they weren't quite. Oh, Ramona. Oh, I'm glad.
Okay, I had to be with like my blood here, my niece, because I didn't think Storm was the cat's meow either. I was like, hola, like como está?
He wasn't smoking hot, but hello, Tony Ann. Tony Ann, I'll buy your tiara. But okay, so you know that Bravo has cut ties with Ramona.
See,
yes. So because
but they still aired her season because they couldn't air Brandy trying to munch Caroline's box allegedly.
Right, but that's only on Peacock thus far.
Could you just imagine if all the housewives to get in between
you know
the
how Andy Cohen used to have his Ramona eyes?
I mean, I love Caroline, don't get me wrong, but like, that's a pair of legs I wouldn't be yearning for to get right up in there. Just saying.
Well, everyone has their dreams. So, you know how Andy always used to have the Ramona eyes, and when people would be blindfolded, they was like, okay, take your Ramona eyes. He now has Mary Crosby eyes.
Oh my.
Yes. I noticed the other
every day.
When Phaedra was on with, I forgot who it was, but yeah, he was like, now take this, these Mary Crosby eyes. And I was like,
oh, by the way, Phaedra is on my last nerve on the Traitors. Like, watching Phaedra on Traitors reminded me of all the ways I hated her, because it's been a minute since I watched her on Atlanta. She's been off the show for like 5 years now.
Right. But she's on Married to Med now.
I can't. And the way she just talks so super slow, and has to over pronunciate every syllable, honey. Like oh my God, spit it out already. Oh, we gotta get rid of her on the Traitors.
Like Traitors season 2 is way better than
it's out right
season
now.
1.
The new one's out right now.
Oh, I'll have to watch it.
I saw 4.
Yeah. So 5's out tonight.
They drop at 9:00, so it should be available now.
Okay. Ooh, I have to watch it.
But I cannot with Phaedra on that show. Like, I'm hoping that they just like
my boy. Yeah, I like.
CT looks like he's about to get a reverse mortgage from Wilford Brimley. Like, that's how old CT looks. Just saying.
Well, I mean, he's 40.
Yeah, no,
that's a hard 40, man. I'm just saying.
He was Real World right first.
Yeah, he was Real World, and
he's
then
been on
the
show since 2005, living that good reality TV life money. Like it.
Well, no, I mean, he's like in the last several years, he's won a lot of challenges. So
it's on Peacock, and it started off like when he was on the Real World Paris. I want to say in 2005. That was CT's first season. Like when you get on a show like the World, like you have like a silver spoon.
Oh yeah, like I don't think a lot of those people have worked like a real job since.
No.
Yeah, so if y'all have Peacock, definitely worth watching. I didn't like Traitors 1. I like all of the reality people together. I think it makes it a lot more interesting.
So far, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
So I like the last episode was good.
Yes. I love me some CT. Hello, Rody Gal.
Okay, so Kyle's also unpacking. Sorry, I got to wrangle.
It's okay.
She's unpacking, and like Dorit's in there, and Dorit's like, oh my God, Kyle, like this. Where did you get this hideous orange thong? Like, and.
But don't forget, her closet, the bar fell down. Oh my gosh, you can't have Chanel on the floor. Oh no.
But like Dorit's like, who is this new Kyle? She's trying to meet somebody new here. You could tell like at this point that Dorit and Kyle are like just not anywhere as close as they used to be because Morgan
Right.
light scissoring Wade came into town, and all that light scissoring has gotten the best of Kyle's brain.
Yeah. Dorit knows more, and I think probably the Fox 5 know more, but they're got their friends back. But yeah. So and then Dorit, don't put your friends in a Ziploc bag. They were mortified.
Can you imagine like when Dorit was like picking up like Kyle's like bathing suit like with the thong out with a G-string in it, and then Kyle was like, yeah, like when I scissor Morgan, like we this is like the best friction we get. What would have Dorit would have said? Like I would have wished Kyle would have said something like that. God, I would have
Like I've never known Kyle to wear a lot of leather though, and like she's like, oh, I wear leather pants all the time.
And Dorit, like the goddess of couture, like her horrible tagline this season, she's like, oh Kyle, what's this faux leather and rhinestones? Ooh,
Yeah, the pleather is what us poor people call it, pleather.
Like, what is this? I haven't seen this since I lived in Hartford many moons ago. Shout out to Connecticut. So,
but it was fun seeing like when they're waiting for dinner it was fun just seeing them interacting and having fun and not having drama, and God bless AnneMarie.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, all the ladies. I can't read what I wrote.
Yeah, AnneMarie needs to learn to read the room.
Oh yeah, they gag over Storm, the not hot Espanian chef there. And then
I mean, when he's the only thing you get to look at, then it's kind of easy to be jazzed about the one hot guy.
okay.
I mean, now keep him like every single one of those.
Let's not forget the other guy that
to him.
introduced at dinner via Ziploc bag is Merce Cunningham by Sutton. So I mean, we have Storm,
Please don't put leftovers in that bag.
the chef de la cuisine, and now we have Merce Cunningham, someone who Twyla studied under, Fosse, Martha Graham, all that birdcage choreographer stuff that and Sutton's like, bye, hey y'all, by the way, here's Merce.
I mean, let's give her some credit. She did, upgrade him from.
She's like, y'all, we have like a very special relationship, like, for 6 years. Like, I worked with him. I did some back bends. I danced for him. He liked the way I watered his plants. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay. But that never happened because he was scared and a pocketbook full of rainbows. But you know me. Like, it's so weird, all of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And by the way, he's in this Ziploc brand.
We're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say it was Ziploc and not like the Amazon brand.
I have a feeling all the other people that got parts of him got them in a cute little urn thingy, like a little carrying thing. She got him in a plastic bag. Afterthought.
Like she said, it came in like no. How is
How
that
do you
legal?
divvy up someone's remains and like, oh here, you know what, babe, put this in this little Ziploc for Sutton because they worked together for 6 years.
Oh shit, we forgot Sutton here. Give me some of your ashes.
Like that has to be logged back to the people like dividing up his remains to begin with. Like,
or they ran out and
you can't really yell. You can't really talk about because she got those remains in the Ziploc. there's nothing worse that you could have put in to begin with. It wasn't like something was like, it wasn't like he came in like, a gold embroidered Tiffany's bag. And something's like, oh, hell no. Oh, no, Merce, I'm going to keep this bag. And she's like, hold on. They put you here in the Ziploc.
Oops, I got a little on my.
Let me get my dustbuster out. Give me 1 second.
And Avi's telling her, okay, now when you spread these, make sure they blow back in your face.
Oh.
Which, if you all watch shows of Sunset, when MJ released her father, it was super windy and they all blew back on him. It was fantastic. I was like, oh, definite tension breaker. Gracie just got a bath, so she's kind of clean. She doesn't look like a little homeless orphan. But yeah.
Oh.
Okay, moving on.
Yes.
From that morbid portion of this night's live. So then, Dorit's having a full mouth orgasm.
A lot of them were.
She's like, this food is so chic, and I want to rub it on my pubis. And she was just like, Dorit was like, explosions, right, Cody? Right? Was Dorit not getting carried away with that food?
A lot of Garcelle was getting a little carried away too. They were definitely digging the food.
She's like, oh, Storm. Anywho, they let's see here. Boo, 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 boo. Then
I always noticed each what's it called? Course is only like a bite. People are like, oh, we had a 15-course meal. Well, of course you have 15 courses because you only got 15 bites.
I've done a 5-course one, and I was actually surprised that I was quite satisfied at the end of the 5th one. So
good. That gives me hope.
Yeah.
I get Happy Meals from McDonald's, so I don't understand the type of experience that you get from restaurants. So you're served on nice trays, and you get a toy and an experience, and that's what I look for when I go out to eat.
Not every restaurant can serve your food on a tray and have good quality, like their fries.
Oh my God! By the way, I forgot to say this. I got a gift in the mail today, and usually when I get gifts in the mail or packages sent to me, I'm like, Cody, get the bomb dogs, call, get the
no doubt.
So we got something in the mail today, and it's really super cute, and I love it. And it reads, "If you're lucky enough to live by the sea, you're lucky enough."
Oh.
And it's like you hang it. I'm gonna put it on my front door actually. But I really love it a lot. I have no idea who sent it, and you're right. It's very humbling. So
I like that. No, I like that.
Now, repeat it again. I like that.
If you're lucky enough to live by the sea, you're lucky enough.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah, and you kind of overlook all the things. When things turn south, and but this is very.
Thank you, whoever you are.
I don't know who sent it, but thank you. Ew, hippity bippity Williams.
Williams.
I love it. And there was no note attached.
Very thoughtful.
It was.
Now you just got to find a place to put it.
Well, in our tiny place by the sea, you mean?
Exactly. Put it above your door.
No, I'm going to put it on my front door.
Right. Put it above your front door.
Yeah. No, that's what I said before. Were you not paying attention?
I guess I wasn't.
Gracie, you're distracting your mother.
I know. It's all Gracie's
like,
fault.
You're going to have to up your dues now. Blatant disrespect.
I'm very sorry. Inflation.
Okay, all right. So MERS, Ziploc, got that.
We're pretty much to the point where AnneMarie destroys dinner.
She's like, okay, so by the way, Dorit, shut up with your mouth orgasm, and because I need to step in here and like, you know, take control
and ruin the good time that we're all having.
Oh,
You
so
know, because we can't have a dinner without conflict.
mm-mm.
It helps the food go down.
Nope.
Apparently, you know, indigestion isn't good enough. They just, you know.
You know, so she, you know, then, you know, AnneMarie gives another apology to Sutton, and Garcelle's like, dang, if that's your apology, I don't want one from you because it was very, like, you know, insincere, but
He's
whatever.
very passive aggressive apology.
If I upset you, type of stuff, then I'm sorry.
But you're still wrong, and your esophagus sucks. So,
But I was, ooh. Like she's, and I know at the beginning of the season, there was some like controversy with her and her husband about some comments that they made. So I don't know. I can't remember if that was before or after they started filming.
I don't know.
Because, you know, Esophagate wasn't enough for us that, you know, Crystal's obsessed with AnneMarie, but AnneMarie is just as obsessed with Crystal.
Well, so let's go like, you know, AnneMarie versus Crystal. You know, nobody cares about either of them, honestly. Like, you know, AnneMarie's at like 5 minutes of airtime, so who the hell are you? And Crystal is like on borrowed time in my books, at least.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I really don't know what Crystal brings to the table.
Turn this back on.
So, and you know, I kind of had to agree with AnneMarie, you know, because I do believe AnneMarie when she said that Crystal told her that the women were not intelligent, uneducated, and very shallow. I believe that.
Oh yeah,
they showed a little.
That's very
100%
specific.
that Crystal did.
Jay Freak is right. They did show a little clip of her saying it. So that's the problem. You're on a show.
And they rewound from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when she said, she goes, they may be savvy, but they're not educated.
Right.
So,
and, you know, I didn't understand Dorit's child bride comment. I'm like, okay, so she was young. You all were young when you got like, I don't know what the age difference between her and PK is.
Took it. And like, you know, I've been like, you know, teetering with Dorit as of late because, you know, she has her moments sometimes, and like then she's Dorit. Like every time like you want to like Dorit, she reminds you that she's still Dorit. And that's my biggest issue with her. But I kind of liked her this episode. I did. You know, and then she'll ruin it next week. You know, it's
there's a 9-year age difference between PK and Dorit.
And there's like a 21-year-old difference between Crystal and
I think Ben Rob.
Yeah. So, and when Dorit was like, okay, so this child bride, you know, and it showed in production was being shady, you know, Crystal 24, Rob, like, what was it, 55?
45.
Oh, yeah, whatever. And
Crystal was an escort when she was in university? What?
Let's say child bride, it was a stretch, but like, I was like, okay, Dorit, look at Dorit trying to get like in the shade game. I kind of had to give like Dorit a little credit, even though like the shade was a reach. I appreciated Dorit's attempt at it because, you know, Dorit's like, well, fuck, it's, you know, this isn't Atlanta, guys. This is Beverly Hills, so my shade game is spot on. And like, you know, I would be like, okay, Dorit, you got me on that one too, if she said that to me. But I don't know. I was liking Dorit.
Yeah, you know it. I don't know. Crystal just seems to be trying so hard this year. And AnneMarie does, like, AnneMarie is like trying exceptionally hard. I don't care if either of them come back next season.
But then Dorit was like, and then Crystal was like, you know, trying to be, you know, just not talking nicely about us and, you know, saying the world's worst things because, you know, she's boring. But guess what, Crystal? You know, just because you're more educated, which you're not, doesn't mean that you're not boring. You basic bitch. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you can't really disagree with Dorit. You know, speaking facts.
you know, Crystal's been like, I don't know why Crystal's still on the show. She's really like brought nothing, you know. The first season was like, you know, like when when Sutton broke into like, you know, her hotel room there in Lake Tahoe or wherever it was, and she was violated. And the second season was again Crystal with Sutton when like, you know, Sutton once said something very dark when Sutton never did. Now it's this, and
Maybe she's like, okay, I can't say something dark because then we'll find out it's just something insignificant, which I think they found out that Sutton's dark comment wasn't as dark as she portrayed it.
I don't know. All I know is that Crystal, like, you know, and then
Crystal's on borrowed time, I think.
we found out from like who said last season, was it Kyle, that someone talked to Crystal's old group of friends and they all dropped her like a bad habit.
Right.
Like, you know, remember that?
Yes.
There's that, and I don't know.
I don't know. It just, you know, and I think Crystal was more bothered by the fact that her friends believed AnneMarie that she actually said these things than she was that she may or may not have said them.
And then, like, you know, Garcelle's like, "What? Dang, Crystal, did you say that?" And Crystal's like, "Garcelle, like, I can't believe you even asked me that question," you know. But like, Crystal never denied it. She was like, "Well, did I ever say I was a socialite?" That, you know, it's very clear that Crystal said those things to AnneMarie, and I believe it. I believe it.
They have.
They were just too specific.
We know she said it in a confessional. She said a little bit of something. They showed parts of that, so we know that's at least what she thinks.
Then the next day, what happens? Erica, I'm here on the couch. I'm gonna give this shit to Crystal because she deserves it. So what happens the next day? Like, good news for Erica. Like, the Supreme Court knocked down the lower hearings court's decision to have her give up the earrings and
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. So Erica's like, now it's time for me to burn this bitch. And she's like, I have some news here, Crystal. I have a couple of emails for people who like to open their mouth.
But why did she only single out?
I don't know, but
That was my question.
Garcelle had said, you know, oh, well, you still need to.
I don't know, but she sure did.
But it's like, and I understand their theory behind it. Like, yes, you should want these victims to be paid. But the second she says anything like, I'm sorry it happened, you know, it's implied guilt. So if she doesn't fight for these earrings, which I knew ultimately she'd get the earrings back, they're not going to be able to trace every single thing Tom Girardi bought in their 20 plus years of marriage. Like, oh, you got to return the Valentino dress because that, you know, it's like, no. It just, you know, so I thought it was interesting. And maybe because Crystal was, well, they were all pretty vocal. Like, you know, Garcelle and Crystal and Sutton, you know, were all came down on her pretty hard. So I don't know why she didn't pose it to the three of them, but maybe she's just in a better place with the other two than she is.
She never fought it from AnneMarie because she knew AnneMarie was saying, like, there, you know, Crystal would have come like guns blazing and I believed everything that AnneMarie said that Crystal told him, like that they were uneducated, because we caught production rewind the clip where she said it verbatim, unintelligent, which I think is almost like the same thing, you know, and shallow.
Hold on. John, do you watch the show We Are Family game show? Paula has a specific reason why she asked.
No, I have never seen it, Paula.
And then Erica said on the after show that she doesn't get the earrings. It goes to the creditors, but she had no other choice but to fight it. And yeah.
Like, I don't, Erica had a very good life with Tom. So, like, I don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
if the
I'm
earrings
not
are
gonna
the only
sit and
thing
cry.
that she
Oh my God,
lost.
Erica lost her earrings.
I mean, didn't he buy her like I forgot, like the Panther? There was some kind of, I think it was a Cartier ring that he bought while she was on the show.
When he had like the flyer for it, like that was like her first season, I think.
Well,
Like,
I think
the gift was like the flyer because like the ring hadn't been made yet. Is that what you're talking about?
no, there was, I guess Cartier makes several different, they're like panther heads or they're animal heads. And Tom had got her one of them because she made a point of saying, I can't buy my own jewelry. I basically tell Tom's assistant, and then, the assistant goes by it and it ends up at the house. Kyle Richards and her daughter Sophie were on it. Sophie would be
We'll
easy.
check it out. All right, so we're almost like at an hour. Like, way to go, everybody!
Woo.
Last thought. So they're going like back to like the casita, and guess what? Crystal gets sick, has to pull over, car sick. Her veins are popping out.
Can we talk about the little people's coming out?
One of my best scenes
Please don't have the little people come out.
One of my best favorite scenes is when Garcelle and Sutton were in the room and they did the flashback, and she's walking around and she's like doing the curtains and stuff. I got to have it just right. That is me in a hotel every time, me fixing so that I can sleep. I know where she's coming from with that. Too much light, but that whole scene, the two of them together were hilarious.
Yeah, they were. And Garcelle was right. The hat was fugly.
Oh, I what the heck are the two holes? She said, "It'll look. Wait till you see the rest of the outfit." Oh,
yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know if it improved. I didn't really remember what her outfit was, but like Crystal started freaking out, like, "Oh my God, my veins are popping out of my hands." Is like you're in maybe altitude, like
Oh yeah. No.
Like, why was it so urgent that her veins were popping out of her fingers?
It was really bad.
Is that some kind of medical emergency that we don't know about?
And they're like, oh, AnneMarie, you should look at her. AnneMarie's like, what's up? You're not feeling good? Like, you could tell AnneMarie was like not into it at all.
I'm a nurse. No. In that moment, she's probably, I'm a nurse. I'm not a doctor.
Crystal's like, what's wrong with me? Am I going to die? Like,
That was a little much.
And AnneMarie's like, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm a fake doctor. I can't tell you shit.
Why didn't they roll down the window? If you're feeling sick in the car, like,
oh, that does not help. Oh, that
really?
does not help. Car sick is awful.
I know, but I've always, I've been car sick, and I always roll down the window, especially like if it's cold out. Or
well, I get car sick too. Like, you pop a Dramamine.
Yeah,
and you're good to go.
Little fun fact: if you're dizzy, take a Dramamine. It helps with vertigo.
Like, if I sit in the back seat of a car, I'll get dizzy. Like,
I get car sick real bad.
Even though when Annie was here, I was in the back seat of their car every time, but they didn't care about my dizziness then.
I never said a word. I'm gonna put you in the
walking the walls and drooling.
He never said a word.
And she was like, "Why are you taking me to Olive Garden?" I was like, "I don't know. I walked into 10 walls since I talked to you last. I can't keep up." It's real Italian food. So did we cover everything in the episode?
Pretty much. We're at the point where Crystal's they're going to call 911 because her veins are popping out of her hands. Like, hydrate, girl.
That's dehydration, baby. I know that one well.
Like, hydrate and altitude. You'll be fine.
But like, my thoughts on Crystal, and like, I'm not anti-Crystal, but it kind of like makes sense. Like, what they said about her friends all like, leaving her out and
Yeah.
And like, she's come off, and Garcelle said it, and everybody else like that. She's like better than everybody else. But like, thanks to Dorit with her child bride comment, like, you were 24 when you married somebody twice your age. Maybe that's what she was saying with that, like child bride.
Yeah.
Like you married somebody twice your age. Because you think child bride, you think like, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I guess.
You think Kingston.
I don't know why anybody wants to get married who's under 30. Like, ugh. I waited till I was 32. Cody was 27, but that's why you don't get married. And, hello.
I just, I didn't understand the whole Crystal's just I don't know if she's trying too hard this year, if she's
I think she is,
trying to
because
contribute more.
she, the contracts are gonna be, and you gotta, and Crystal's really has not brought anything. She hasn't, other than like her little spats with Sutton. But she, every time she tries to fight these people, she comes out on the losing end. Every time I see her, her thing with sensing, she said something dark, really dark. Well, that was a lie. It was never proven.
Right. I'm actually surprised they brought her back after that.
And what she's doing with like, AnneMarie now, she can't even like lie and say she didn't say it. Well, did I call my, I'm kind of seeing through her a lot now. And
yeah, it's like, but she didn't they said,
but like when Sutton said to her, like, why are you not calling her out? Well, what the shittiest thing Crystal said back to her was that, well, I don't need to be defended like you, is what she said.
Yeah, it's like
I can carry on my own battles. I don't need to be like, like constantly pampered like you do. Like, and I thought, wow, that was a slap in the face, Crystal.
Well, I mean, she's saying,
I have paused right now.
Sutton, like, oh, I don't need to be validated like you do. Okay,
yeah.
Comments like that are the reason why your friends think you actually said those things.
So I'm all for Crystal getting like the boot, because it's like what her
AnneMarie's younger.
Like, would you rather have Crystal on or Teddy?
Teddy.
That's a real selfish choice. Selfish choice there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I would do. Yeah, I would have Carlton back on over Crystal and AnneMarie.
I think Crystal and Teddy are pretty much equally as unbearable as they were on their respective seasons, to be honest with you.
Teddy might be more so now because she's got, her world famous podcast, her 2 T's in a pod, and she's looking very Tamra Judge, and I love me some Tamra Judge, but she's got the
Teddy's always gonna be Teddy.
Yeah, she's got the teeth, she's got the hair, she's she's not the same Teddy we started with.
But I nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
they're both pretty terrible.
Yeah, but then the episode ends, and I guess we'll have to wait till next week to find out if Crystal survives this medical emergency.
It's crazy. Ollie, wasn't she like in the hospital like in the last trip too? Wasn't Crystal like there? Wasn't she in the hospital? Didn't she get sick on the last one too?
I don't think so. I mean, they could at least go like Vicky Gundelson and act like she's Michael Jackson coming out of the.
Well, Vicky, like put a show into it at least. Coming down on the stretcher, like that's
her robe covering her head. I mean, I mean, at least the OG made a spectacle of it.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going to do an after show, middle level, right after this ends. So it's 10:16, 10:30. I need like
Awesome.
just a few minutes, and then
He's
I'll
such a-
catch you guys on the after show. Thank you, Addie and Wicked, for coming up.
Oh, of course, always.
Doing Beverly Hills has been the only quasi consistent thing I've done as of late. So I didn't want to.
You're such a woman, J.R. Boston.
Want to ruin that.
Hold on.
Sorry, I thought that was on my channel, and I looked up and whoops,
Yeah.
it's on. Okay, just never mind.
I don't see the wisdom with this woman. All I hear is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, yeah. Who are you talking to, J.R. Boston? We need to know.
Dewey.
I thought it was on mine. I clicked on it like, oh, it's not my channel. I thought I had
That's
both
okay.
of ours up.
Just, if you're not enjoying us, you don't have to watch. Okay, so I'll be listening to the after show, of course, because
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. So
I'll be setting it up now, and I will see you guys in a few minutes. Thank you,
of course.
everybody.
Bye, guys. Love you
Next time
guys.
I'll be happier because I won't be